So, Eric, how were you approached? How did Don approach you? How did this all happen? How did you first hear about it?
We were on a date together, and he approached me from behind. But that's another story.
That is a true story.
I think it was Sherry. Sherry mentioned it. Hey, would you be interested in doing this thing? And me being the snob that I am, had to ask like 1,000 questions about how long this is going to take of my precious time. I read the script. As soon as I read it, I said, wow, it read very well. Super fast. I was like, yeah, this is cool. It ties into the world that Carrie and I are in. All of us, we do comedy. It's like our world, and it felt real. Like the words were real, and it was stuff that you'd say and in the real world. So it was well written. So
thanks,
great job.
That means a ton, and you guys really came through, and it was just great. I just can't wait to have the big premiere.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be cool.
Yeah.
How we do it at Governors?
That's what I would love to do. We got to talk to them and see when we could set that up and make that happen. I think Governors would be the perfect place.
Definitely.
Petroni, you were good in that. You were funny.
Thank you.
He had some classic lines in there, so that's good. There's some good. It was perfect casting.
Well, the two of you were total naturals. I mean,
Yeah. Thanks.
And it's I was gonna say, when you first saw the script, you already said that you loved it, and
you just know when you read something and it's like, oh yeah, this works.
Yeah.
Like the scene between the two of us, it was natural.
It was awesome.
We didn't have to. I mean, we did 100 takes because it was 1:30 in the morning, and we were like, yeah, maybe the one where we're falling asleep is the best one.
That was the latest we
went.
Late. It was a late night.
That was.
I still got up at 5:30.
The scene between Don and Eric, right?
That scene.
That is such. I mean, we're going to see it in a minute, but that scene, it was.
Yeah.
You look shot. I mean, you had red eyes because you were. It was probably 1 o'clock in the morning.
Well, it worked for the scene because I was supposed to look kind of defeated.
Yeah,
so it helped. It definitely helped, but yeah, like I said, when we did the first table read and Eric read. And we already the characters and me and him had kind of this chemistry going where I was like, oh, this is freaking great. This is gonna rock. And then when we brought it, fast forward about a month and a half later, we're actually shooting it. It just went really good, man. And it was tough to edit that scene because we had so many great takes. And I'm like, all right, which one?
Right.
But it was a good problem to have because I've been the other way where there's no good takes.
You know what I think, though? I think the dialogue, the dialogue between the actors is real dialogue that comedians use. It's like you always fight with people about getting stage time. You always want to open for. So it was like the scene that you guys did together has been said 1,000 times. I made you who you are, like by club owners, and you know what I mean. It's like I'm the one that stood behind you. It's like no, you didn't. Whatever. You'll see the scene, but that's a real conversation that you've had.
That's what I like when I was writing this. I did stand up. I'd say like for a cup of coffee. I did it in the late '90s, early 2000s for like a year or so. Obviously, wasn't very good and stopped doing it. But I love the art form of comedy and I respect the art form of comedy. But I see the story of Billy. Not only does it transcend through stand-up comedians, but also through I think anybody in any field could relate to that when you when you with that guy who's been working this place for years and years and years, and you've seen other people pass you over, get promotions, or make it, or they get another job and they've excelled there, or something like that. People just passing you over. I feel like everybody kind of feels that way at some point. So to put that of my almost like my personal feelings into it, I think also helped kind of carry the story through, and I think was what was relatable.
Yeah.
It's a real scene. That scene is a real. I mean, you feel it. I mean,
by the way,
you want me to play it?
Well, by the way, and kudos to Don because he was directing this thing kind of, from behind, as you're acting and like, all right, let me see what it looks like. I have to see what this shot looks like. I don't want to, and the lighting and these. I don't want to say kids. They were pros.
Yeah, they were great.
These kids were like kids. Yeah, they were young, but they had their act together and they were serious. I mean, it was 1 a.m. and they were like, no, we got to do it again. We got to do it again.
That's what I respect the most about them is they didn't want to just say, oh, it's late. All right, we'll just this last one, you know, they kept going until they got it right too.
Yeah.
Like if she went out of focus, like Leslie Cruz, the DP, if she went out of focus, she's like,
great.
we got to do it again. I went out of focus, and you know, so she made sure that everything was locked in. So kudos to them again, for that.
All right, so Sally, you got
Yep.
that scene?
I remember the first time you took that stage back in the day on that open mic night. You remember that day? Huh? Who's the one that helped you? Who's the one that helped you work on your material, work on your set, give you the confidence to go back up the next day because you're so scared? Remember that?
You think I owe you for that?
Yeah.
For helping me 20 years ago?
Yes. I think you do.
For giving me 5-minute sets on a Wednesday night.
Look, it's those 5-minute sets that all added up. It's those 5-minute sets that help build your voice, build your style, build your career. It's those 5-minute sets that made you Big Mac.
Hey man, I would have been Big Mac regardless. Regardless of those 5-minute sets, which by the way, there was no audience. It was all comics. We were performing for each other on your Wednesday night future fucking stars? Come on. I would have made it either way, Billy, because I worked hard. I networked hard. And because I was funny. Did you help me? Yes. But I don't owe you.
Oh boy.
Wow.
Yeah,
Oh boy.
that was some powerful stuff there.
It'll be good. It's gonna be good.
You could feel that right here. You know,
Yeah.
it's wrenching.
It's a strong scene, and
I like it when he goes, "Did you help me?" Yes, but I don't know you.
yeah, that's the shot right there. That's the truth hitting hard
I
because
don't owe you shit.
it's true.